and I will be sharing my screen. Right here. Oh. Let me go back. So good evening, everyone. Welcome to our January 6th meeting. This meeting should take place in December, but because the schedule of December was very packed, we have 2 meetings scheduled for January. Today is one of them, and then we have one on January 28th. So there will be 2 meetings in January. We do have a packed agenda. I'm gonna admit 2 more people. Hold on.
I'm doing it. You got it.
Okay, thank you. So welcome everyone. And then our first thing is to approve our November meeting minutes. And then we're gonna go ahead and Dr. Mike's gonna be talking about the superintendent's monthly report. And then we do have a vendor here who will be talking about her program that might be, suitable for any Title I schools that are interested in working with her in the future. And then we're gonna go over NYC Kids Rise Safe for College program. If you are not aware, we're gonna go through that. And then we will reiterate school spending plan for the Title I 1% set aside funding. And then we will go over some upcoming meetings and open the room for any questions that you may have. Meeting norms, we start and end on time. One voice when speaking. This is a safe space to speak. 1, 2, 3, and then me. If you already spoke, allow 3 people to speak before you speak again. We're here to respect everyone, to be present and be engaged and involved. Let me share the minutes. And is it big enough? Can everyone see the minute? This is the minute from our November meeting. Again, we did not have any meeting in December. This is, I consider our December meeting. Crystal Gonzalez, our DPAC chair, she welcomed everyone. She went through the meeting norms like what I just did. We approved the October meeting minutes. And we had Dr. Mike go over superintendent's report. Dr. Mike mentioned about newsletter and community celebrations. He mentioned about the Thanksgiving walk. That was our 3rd annual Thanksgiving walk for the District 25. And then we have some upcoming family workshops. We did the connection before content activity with our parent leaders. We mentioned some enrollment timeline and reminders for our high schools, middle school, kindergarten, 3K and pre-K and GNC programs. We share some district data and reading goals, and we share some special education support and SEL and peer mediation, mathematics and sense making. And then we mentioned about student voice, which is our project soapbox. And we mentioned Safe for College program, but I'm going to go over a little bit in depth today about this program. We mentioned about parent engagement survey. We also mentioned our district-wide wellness, kindness community initiative. And then we invited a guest speaker, which is Mike Hope. He was a DOE vendor from Game Show Experience. In case someone wants to go ahead and plan the 1% set aside plan with Mike Hope. He mentioned how his program can be planned, could be held in a gym, auditorium, and all his questions could be customized to any question that's aligned to your CPE goals. And then we open the floor to question and discussion. And then Crystal Gonzalez, DPAC chair, she adjourned the meeting. Do I get any motions to approve this minute for November?
Approved.
Thank you, Angela. Can I get a second motion?
Approve.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. I'm gonna close this minute and then go and turn the floor to Dr. Mike.
Great, thanks, Jenny. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back from a break. I'm hoping you guys were able to take time and enjoy your families. It's amazing. This was a little bit of an extended break, but it feels like we just left and we're back already. You blink and things are turn the page. So I'm hoping you were able to enjoy some time to rest and relax and enjoy family. So a few things to kind of go over with you all tonight, and a couple of things that I'll ask you to do as we go through this will be a little bit of interaction here and there, and get you into some breakout rooms to do a little chatting. As you know, connection before content is something that is important to me. Do some celebrations and updates and reminders, and then always connections to some district goals. So as I mentioned, Happy New Year to all of you. During prior leading up into the holiday season, we had our schools engage in a variety of different things, from food drives, toy drives. There was some trips and spirit weeks and so on. We do have some images we'll share with you in just a few moments, celebrating some of that work from our schools. But we're going to get started with a very small, quick little connection before content, a little this or that. Early bedtime on New Year's Eve for you, or stay up past midnight? Which place do you live in as an individual? I know where I certainly live in this space. So just take a moment of that space of reflection. Are you an early bedtime on New Year's Eve and look at the ball the next day, or are you stay up because you got to see it type of person? So just be in that space of reflection just for a moment, and then we'll take just 2 minutes in a breakout room to have a quick little chat with one of your fellow DPAC representatives. When you get into that small little breakout room, I just ask that you introduce yourself and what school you're from in the event that you don't know each other. And again, we'll spend just 2 minutes of time just quickly getting to have a brief little interaction with each other. So I'm going to create these groups, and I hope you don't mind and indulge me in this brief little act. It'll be 2 to 3 participants per room, and we will spend a few minutes inside of this space. Let me just change the amount of time. Well, this looks so different on this computer. Hold on one second. We'll just spend 3 minutes inside of the group, and we will come back. Okay, and I'm going to open up those rooms and enjoy. Hi, good evening, welcome. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
I'm going to have you, I just put everyone into a breakout group with a small little question around this. It's a this or that. Are you the type of person that wants to see the ball drop? Or you go to bed as soon as the early before New Year's? Which one are you? And we just have just for a small little entry point for all of our parents. So you mind if I put you into a group?
Sure, no problem.
Okay.
Finally.
Okay, you should be able to join a group.
Dr. Mike, I forgot to ask you, did you see that that link I sent in the Teams chat before we came back from the break? It said "Dear Dr. Mike" and it was a link. Oh, okay.
No.
I figured you didn't since you didn't respond to it. It was a meme about giving us a break coming back to work after a long break. Like, go easy on us, or we might die. I'll flag it for you so you can see it.
Okay. All right, we should all be back. Getting there. Most everyone is back. All right, welcome back. Thank you guys for participating in that brief little activity. Any of you want to quickly share? Are you a bed before New Year the ball goes down, or are you someone that needs to make sure that you see it? Any of you feel free to come up and mute.
I was saying this was the first year that I went to bed before midnight, and I have to say, like, I didn't feel like I missed out on anything, and I got the best sleep. It was glorious. So perhaps in the future I'll remember that and not be afraid of like having FOMO and just get some sleep.
Oh, that's so funny. Thank you
Yeah.
for that, Robin. Anyone else? Stay up past midnight. Way to go, Angela. Go for it.
I was gonna say, oh yeah, we stayed up past midnight. As I was saying to Daphne and Tamoy, we're usually late nighters when it's no school or we're on holiday. In the past, we didn't really let the kids stay up because we felt like keep the pattern of them going to bed, the same time so they'd be ready for school. But then we're like, it's okay. They begged us also, so we let them stay up a little later, and then I think probably after 2, they went to bed, and then we were up a little later. But yeah, we were up late.
So my kids were very into the Stranger Things show. So and they needed to watch it with Dad. So I was up late watching the show with them. And I don't know if you guys are Stranger Things fans, but these shows on Netflix, they hook you, and then it's hard to not continue to watch them over time. So that was me. Although I have to tell you, I think my body was telling me at around 9 o'clock that it was time to go to sleep. But I managed to stick it out anyway with the kids. So thank you guys for going through that with me. I do these each month just to keep pushing the point that when you're in your schools, when you're meeting with other parents inside of your own meetings, how do we create time and space for such a small little thing like this or that type of question, or the conversation cards that I shared during previous meetings, just to make sure that we're creating opportunities to build relationships. It is just so super important, regardless of what constituency you're within in our school system, that we have time and space just for something that is small, interactive, just to communicate with one another. And what you do find is that there are a lot of similarities in the way that we think and do things, and maybe at times not. But we get to respect one another for the things that you value as an individual. So I encourage you guys to add any of these types of things. Take them right from my presentation. If you can't think of one on your own, and add it to your own presentations that you do back at the school. Okay. So thank you guys for participating in that. I do appreciate it. So a few things just in terms of our work at the district. Just a reminder, we do send out our newsletters on a monthly basis. Encourage, if you could, your own community members to subscribe to the newsletters, as we do share information on a regular basis around what's happening in our buildings. These are just some images from our schools and things that they did with their kids, whether it was field trips or doing, connecting on toy drives and food drives, making sure that our kids are active and staying connected with one another, during the holiday season, but certainly thinking about it well beyond that space, as district members, but certainly for you as parents, how do we make sure that we're connecting with our communities and staying true to the idea of building out opportunities for our kids to do something that supports others. And I think it's a huge part of our learning that we have to continue to impress upon our students and staff alike. We just had our District 25 elementary school basketball all-star games. Thank you to our host, 185, which is where I am today for the spelling bee. And we also had Francis Lewis also host. Was it Francis Lewis?
I think was it at Townsend? Townsend Harris?
Oh my goodness, I'm mixing up years, I feel like, right now. But
yeah, I think it was at, I'll double check.
Yeah, maybe it was Townsend.
But I think it was Townsend Harris.
But we did so many things, and this continues to grow every single year. From a halftime show where they have coaches competing against one another. By the way, you see me there. Unfortunately, I did lose 18-17, but I have to tell you, I did hit 5 3-pointers, so I was very proud of myself, in dress shoes and a suit. So I still managed to put up some numbers. But we also had one of our schools that is very into creating time and space for our kids to take active roles in interviewing others. They brought their equipment. Students were interviewed during the games. This was all live streamed for our families to be able to connect with. And it was really, really great experience for our kids, for them to showcase themselves in front of their parents and as well as the district community as a whole. So this is becoming a staple of what we do here in the district. It's about growing the whole child and creating opportunities for our kids to experience things that they really are passionate about, in this case, basketball being one of them. So thank all of our coaches, as well as Diana from our team, who does an amazing job of organizing this work for our kids and our district community. So our athletic program continues to grow, and it's due to the work of our team, and in particular, Diana. So big shout out to her and for all of our folks that make this happen in their buildings. We have every single one of our elementary schools participates in this. Every single one of our schools has a team. And this started off in a very small way years and years ago, and we continue to expand upon it as a district community. So really, really love this work. Soapbox speeches, these are all underway. We're really excited about this. At the CEC meeting and President's Council meeting, we did have an opportunity to hear from some of our kids. 2 of which presented most recently around digital safety. One of our students talked to our parents about the importance of making sure that we know what we're clicking on when we're clicking on it, and referenced a couple of experiences that he had himself being hacked, as well as his younger cousin who was also hacked and had her Roblox skins, I think they call it, or I'm not sure what there's a name for it or something, I don't know, they lose their points or something along those lines, where the person the button that she clicked on wound up making her lose all of her resources. So what this is going to become, and the reason why I value this so much, is because of the work of this particular student, is that we do plan on creating a public service announcement that is a partnership between myself and this youngster, where it becomes broadcast across the district. And the goal of this is so that the voice that we have inside of our kids becomes amplified, and it becomes an authentic experience for creating a positive change. Now, it doesn't always happen where the things that we value, and this is the other part of a message for our kids, is that it's just not about creating a speech. It's if you value it, how do we continue to pursue? So that's all part of this work, and I'm really excited about the speeches that I've heard so far, and look forward to hearing more moving forward, and we will bring them to you in the meeting that we have on the 28th of January, which I think is the next DPAC meeting, for you guys to hear a little bit from our kids. Kindergarten applications are open, just to make sure that everyone is aware. Applications are due by January 23rd, so that information is there and accessible for you. I do want to congratulate our new Chancellor, Kamar Samuels, on his recent appointment as Chancellor for New York City Public Schools. We are really excited about Chancellor Samuels and the work that he intends to do for us as a citywide community, but certainly for us here at the district level. So really, really looking forward to it. He does intend on visiting every district across the first 60 days of his tenure as chancellor. We'll be visiting schools. There will be invitations to community members to participate in these visits that he has to our buildings. And when we get more information on that, I will certainly share it with you as DPAC representative so that there is clarity around what is coming forward. I also do want to extend big thanks to our former Chancellor, Avias Ramos, for all of the work that she has done on behalf of New York City Public Schools as well, and wish her well in whatever those future endeavors are. She did a great job in that role during her time, so thank you to her as well. So Chancellor Samuels has a couple of things that he is going to be emphasizing, this idea of safe, academically rigorous, and integrated. These are three components of his work that he'll be talking a lot about over in the short term, but certainly long term, making sure that all of our kids are in a safe environment where we're promoting that space of social emotional learning, across our buildings, which, as you know from us as a district community, that's something that we do emphasize and look to continue to grow in so that all of our kids feel really great about being in the classrooms that they are in every day, as well as the school setting as a whole. Academically rigorous, so you're going to hear the Chancellor talk about continuing to sustain our work in New York City Reads and New York City Solves, which I am excited about, as well as a continued push around MTSS. All to say that, and I'm going to talk about MTSS in just a moment. All to say, as part of this is this idea of truly integrated, is making sure that the kids that we serve are all being seen and supported, and that we're being responsive to their needs and being culturally responsive. So these are things that we're going to be sharing more and more as time goes on. But I did want to talk to you guys a little bit and ask you this question, and ask you to reflect a little bit on MTSS. What do you know about MTSS as individuals? What do you already know? What would you like to know? And then we're going to just take 2 minutes just to reflect. We don't have to go into a breakout room for this one, although I did set it up to be as such. We'll just ask you to take a minute of individual reflection. What do you know currently about MTSS, and what would you like to know? So if you can just take that minute just to individually think, and when you're ready, start adding into the chat any of the things that you already know about MTSS, or what you would want to know about it. So 1 minute, I'm going to put my own little timer on, and when you are ready, feel free to add it to the chat. Just 10 more seconds. And if you're more comfortable, you want to come off of mute, share either in the chat or come off of mute things that you already know or things that you might want to know about MTSS? Either side of that. And don't worry, guys, this is not a quiz. I'm not trying to test you, I promise. Any comments? So this is good. I'm glad that I'm bringing this up so that there is a raised awareness, if in the event you're not sure, around what MTSS stands for. And MTSS, yes, thank you, Robin, is multi-tiered system of support. And there are 3 tiers to MTSS. Tier 1, which is in the classroom. This is something that all of our students receive from our core curriculum. Tier 2 are for children that are what I refer to as falling outside that sphere of success. Some of our learners that are not necessarily there yet that need some additional intervention. And there are children that fall into this space. And I'm going to explain to you in just a minute who are the kids that we're really paying attention to inside of Tier 2 and then Tier 3. I want to just briefly share with you what are the programs that we're using as a district so that there's raised awareness for you as parents and parent leaders. So if you do come across a parent that says, my child is really, really struggling with, that it's an opportunity for you to talk to them about making sure they're connecting with their schools. Are we talking about the programs that we have available to them to support next steps? So I'm going to go back to sharing my screen and then bring you through a couple of the next set of slides. So here in the district, we have those 3 tiers, as I mentioned, the high quality standard-based ELA instruction for all of our students using the core instructional resources that we have. When we're thinking about our children in grades K through 5, our children in those grades have 3 programs. Heggerty, which is around phonemic awareness, Foundations, which is around phonics, and then HMH is around building those reading skills. And then our middle schools also HMH, but their program's called Interliterature. So those are the programs that we're using there. In terms of Tier 2, all of our schools have really worked hard at building out opportunities within their instructional day to offer Tier 2 supports for children in small groups. The programs that we use for children that are still struggling with phonetics are Sound Sensible, Spire for phonics, and then Phonics for reading. Those are primarily our elementary school programs. And then we have programs like Rewards and Just Words, and Phonics for Reading has a middle school program to support the children in grades 6 through 8. Those same programs are also available for Tier 3, but just in much smaller groups and much smaller settings, often supported by out-of-classroom intervention teachers. Each of these programs are intended to be supported through progress monitoring, making sure that we're keeping track of, if you're a child that's in Spire, how are we performing over the course of time to make sure that we're making progress in those targeted areas so that our children that are struggling start approaching those levels of proficiency more and more each day, each week, each month, each year, to eventually get to the point where we're caught up to meet expectations. So some of our schools use the assessments that come right from the programs. Others are using what we call ALO. It's a platform that allows us to keep track of progress over time. Now, each of the programs that we have, and you'll see them here, it's kind of an if-then. If our students are struggling with phonological awareness or beginning phonics instruction, those children receive a program called Sound Sensible. These are really for our kids in our early childhood grades. For children in grades 2 to 5 that are struggling with that space of decoding, we utilize a program called Spire. And for children that are above that space and need a little bit more TLC, particularly in grades 3 and up, we have a Phonics for Reading program that we do implement for our kids that are in need. So this is something that we have been spending a lot of time on, and we're going to continue to get better at. I do think that There are things for us to still learn and grow through as we implement this work across our buildings. But these are the programs that we are offering inside of our schools. And I did want to make sure that there's that raised awareness, particularly for you as parent leaders, because one, it's going to be a point of emphasis from our new chancellor. And I do want to make sure that we consistently bring you guys that space of awareness that these are the programs that we're offering. And then moving forward, we will share opportunities of family-facing types of presentations for families around each of these programs so that you know what they do, how they do it, especially if you're a parent of a child that is receiving said intervention in their schools. But I did want to make sure that you are aware of it as parent leaders. Upcoming events, we do have a few events that are upcoming. We have our next special education session with Nathan from our team. It's going to be around understanding disability classification. So for any of your families in your school community that do need some additional support and understanding around different disability classifications, I encourage you to encourage them to attend. We do have our next session around of supports for our multilingual learner families. This one is exclusively in Mandarin. So for any of our families that are specifically Mandarin speaking, this is a great opportunity to hear from one of our team members who is not only an multilingual learner teacher and educator herself, but she speaks Mandarin. So the delivery will be directly from someone who is an educator that supported a dual language program in our district. So it's a really great opportunity for our parents to participate in. We also have a second session in our math workshop series for our families at the end of January as well. We will be hosting a math family night at PS 129. I encourage you to encourage all of our parents to participate in these events. There's snacks, games, prizes. The past couple of years we've been doing this through the work of Beth Eaton on our team. She is our math point. And Liz Jones on our team, who is also our math point. These events are really great. Our kids get to experience a whole series of math practices. The cafeteria typically is set up with a range of activities for parents and our students to participate together. And that to me is the most important part of that, is that our kids get to experience mathematics in really fun ways with their parents. So I do encourage you guys to encourage others to participate as well as yourselves. I hope to see you there on January 22nd, as these are typically really fun events for our community. Just a reminder, upcoming diagnostic assessment window, January 5th through the 13th. The links that are here are from the K1 and 2 Acadians assessment windows. I'm going to change these links so that you can see what that looks like for window 2, as the assessments are different for our kids in K and 1 and in grade 2 when it comes to Acadian. So I will change those links for the January 28th session so that you can see what that looks like for the mid-year assessment. What is in front of you is from the first assessment, so that parents have a clear understanding as to what the assessments are calling for and what they mean for you and your child. So these videos are there for you and available to support your needs as individuals, but also for your community as a whole. This I'm not going to spend too much time on. I do this every month. They're available here for you. These are just our enrollment reminders and windows, just so that you know we are beyond the space of high school applications. That window has closed. Offers will be released in March. Similar for middle school application window. Middle school offers will be released in April. Kindergarten application, as I mentioned to you, is open. That window closes on Friday, January 23rd. And March 31st, the offers will be released. 3K pre-K window opens on January 14th, closes on the 27th of February, and releases will happen in May. GNT, April 21st is when it opens. Friday, May 8th is when it closes. And Thursday, June 11th, GNT offers will be made available. District goal updates. This is just around our parent goal. I just want to make sure that everyone is aware, based on the feedback we received from our SEL survey. We will be having a couple of sessions that have already been organized, one from the Child Center of New York and the other one from Marble Health, to offer sessions for our parents based on feedback that we got from those surveys. The first one is Balancing the Books and the Bonds. I really like the title of this, is stress management strategies, particularly for our parents of children when it comes to academics. I can tell you as a dad of two, I have a 9th grader and 11th grader. This is hard, and I'm an educator. I've been doing this for 28 years. And sometimes I would say I would never hire myself to deal with my own kids when it comes to their academics, because as a parent, it's just different. When it's your own children, the stress levels and the ability to remain present and calm with your own kids is not an easy thing. I struggle with that mightily with my own kids, and what this particular session is about is learning strategies on how do we manage some of those experiences when our kids are stressed with academics, or perhaps sometimes we stress them with the academics as well. So on Tuesday, February 10th, we'll be holding a session with them, with the Child Center of New York, around this space of mental health support. Really, honestly, that's ultimately what it comes down to, is how do we stay balanced as parents for our kids when it comes to striving towards that academic excellence. So there will be a session there. We have another one that will be held on March 10th from Marble Health. We are still organizing around what that topic is going to be, but there will be another one that's coming soon. And we will build on this as the year goes on with additional topics based on the feedback we receive from parents. But I did want to let you know that there is one that's upcoming based on that parent survey. And it's so important that you guys know as parents that when we receive the feedback from you, we're going to create a set of action steps to support. And likewise for our schools. When parents say something, what are we doing to organize to make sure that our parents' needs are being met, to support our kids in the best way possible. So that's just an FYI. And the last part I want to spend with you is just in the space of reflection. Our previous CEC meetings have been about really defining what we mean by community, by wellness, kindness, and community. And these are the 3 statements that our teams have established to support that. So I just ask you guys just to take a minute to reflect on these 3 statements around community, around kindness, and around wellness. Is there anything else that you would want to say that we should include inside of these 3 statements that's not already there? Just as feedback from me, so that we can finalize a set of statements. You'll be the last group that we need to get feedback from. And then we will solidify this and then start sharing out widely with our school leadership teams, which is the last part that I am going to ask for feedback from you guys on tonight. So if you take just a moment and read through these 3 statements, is there anything here that you would want to adjust or need more clarity on? Just take 2 minutes. Stop sharing just for a moment. Yeah, thank you for that already. I actually just included it in the parentheses just to make sure that it was clear that came as a suggestion that was included in. So those parentheses will come off. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, those 2 minutes are up, so I would love to hear some feedback from you around anything else that you believe these statements should say. I'm going to put it into the chat, so in the event that you want to reflect on it just a little bit more, but would love to see you guys come off of mute or add to the chat anything else that you believe is important that these 3 areas should say that maybe they don't already, or maybe perhaps something that you appreciate inside of those statements. And we're feeling good about these, I'm assuming? If so, you can even do a virtual thumbs up if they look good. Thank you for that already. I appreciate that too. So the last part that I want to just mention to you before I bring my portion to a close, and I know that Jenny's going to probably yell at me because I took up too much time, is really thinking about this idea within the context of our school leadership teams. So it's one thing to talk about wellness, kindness, and community at this level, but I also think it's important for you as parents to think about how are we promoting this inside of our schools, and what are some ways that we can do that. So I was at a school, I want to say about a month ago, and part of my conversation with the school was around something that the kids had done, and they called it the Peanut Butter Brigade. And within the Peanut Butter Brigade, students in the school came together and they made a whole bunch of peanut butter sandwiches to be able to be donated to a local organization, which I think is fantastic. And what I asked of the school is, how do we take that idea and build upon it so that students and their parents are coming together to do something like that, as well as staff, where we're coming together as a collective community to do something that's positive for others inside of our community. Because to me, that just raises the whole idea of what we should be thinking about doing collectively on a regular basis. You know, how do we design things that's about serving and supporting others around us that might be in need for this reason or that reason? And I liken it to the idea of a food drive, right? So oftentimes food drive, it's okay, we're going to do a food drive. Angela is going to do a great job and send in the canned good, right? And that's our job. That's all we had to do to contribute, is turn in the canned good. Now, how different could that be is if everyone that is going to participate sends in those canned goods and we work together to create these little kindness kits that go out and that we've organized together to send out to a local organization. It's just very different because we've done something more than just saying, okay, I took this out of my cabinet and I'm going to then hand it over to the school. You know, so that's my line of thinking, and I would love to get your perspectives on this as we roll this out to our school leadership teams. It doesn't have to be a now thing, but I do want you guys to really think about how do we build out this space of wellness, kindness, and community where we're doing something together to promote it across our schools, across our district. These are the same conversations I had with President's Council, same conversation at the CEC, and the same conversation I'm having with our building leaders and staff. So we have a long way to go before we get to those types of meaningful events and activities, but it's something that I want to put out there to you guys so that we can start making these very, very real. And I know our schools do some amazing things already, but they stay in our schools and they don't get shared widely. So I do want to create these times and spaces, even in these meetings, for you guys to come back and share out the wonderful things that are happening in your own buildings that promote wellness, that promote kindness, that promote community, so that we're living in a space where that whole idea of safe is being present more and more every day inside of our buildings. So that is it for me. I appreciate you guys and your time. If there's anything that you need from me, please don't hesitate and let me know. I know I took up way too much time during this meeting, but I wanted to share a couple of those updates with you tonight. Thank you, guys.
That's okay, Dr. Mike. Thank you so much for being here. All right. Our guest speaker, the next guest speaker is a Juiti from Sutra. She is the CEO and the founder of her company. So do I say your name correctly, Juiti? Juiti?
Thank you so
Okay, okay. The floor is yours. So
Thank you.
please share what you about your program.
Yeah, so first I would like to say thank you for giving me this opportunity, and good evening, everyone, and a happy new year. And I was really impressed to hear what Dr. Mike was talking about, the community, the kindness and wellness that's being shared across the school system. And I feel this is so important. Me, as a mother of two boys who are now in college, one is already done with his engineering and another is in college, I feel it is so important to have the voice of the parents being shared while their students are getting those kind of education. And especially like I'm an immigrant. So, like coming from that kind of background and having a say in the family, having a say of the family in the school system, I feel it's so important because you want your student to feel pride, to be proud of who they are, and that builds the personality. So, okay, enough about all those things. I would like to share about why I'm here today. So I'm CEO and founder of a purpose-driven enterprise, Sutra. The parent name is Kush Voices Enterprises, and we partner with schools to provide a family-centered workshop and engagement that strengthens the family voice and supports social emotional learning and promote academic success through interactive bilingual workshops. And as a certified MWBE, our work focuses on building trust between families and schools while providing practical tools, families that the students can use for their success. So can I get to share? Right?
Yep. I'm gonna make you a co-host.
Okay.
Allow. Perfect.
You can see my slides.
Yep. Yes.
Okay, let me have this icon small. So. Okay. So we are a certified MWBE and a DOE vendor. And today we are focusing more on the family engagement workshops that we want to offer to the community of District 25 schools. We partner with schools and district to support family engagement, social emotional learning, and academic success. Our work is interactive, bilingual, and rooted in equity. And we don't just deliver like one size fits all, but we curate the workshop based on your goals, and that is aligned with your goals and based on the needs of the school. Our workshop objective is to create and strengthen family-school partnerships, supporting SEL and academic success, building sustainable engagement systems where the families are engaging and help in the improvement priorities. All of our workshops are interactive, and it connects with the pillar of the student success, culture, SEL, academics, attendance, volunteering, and leadership. We feel it's important that the parents are involved in the school system so that they can help their students while they're home in their academic success and also in their personality development. And the outcome of each of our workshop are both family focused and school-wide. It helps in increasing the trust, builds stronger communication, improves attendance and engagement. We have a few different kind of workshops that I have listed here. These are like building school culture through family voice, strengthening social emotional support at home and school, family engagement that boosts student achievement, family as volunteers and as school partners. Attendance matters. That is a very big chronic issue that we are facing. And that's how the families can work as an attendance champions. Family leadership is so important for student success and for student development. So the first workshop we have is building school culture through family voice. This workshop elevates family voice as a critical part of school culture. Families express values, equity, and respectful communication. That emphasizes when families feel heard and trust and collaboration increases. It is interactive, and we have materials that is being provided for the families to take home so that they can do these activities at home as well, which helps in the community value map, mindful circles, vision board creation. That helps in more inclusive school culture and increased family trust. Our workshop 2 strengthens social and emotional support. This equips families with tools to support children emotional regulation, connect SEL directly to attendance, behavior, and learning readiness. We have things like beads, jars, stress tools, affirmation cards. It is not only like SEL about, it also helps in understanding the maths, when you're using the beads, how you're making the jewelry, and helps to calm down emotions. And guided breathing are part of this interactive activities that we have in this workshop that reduced anxiety-related absence and improved emotional regulation. The workshop number 3 is family engagement that boosts student achievement. Clarify that families are not expected to teach curriculum. They are here to support learning routines, literacy, and growth mindset at home. It is very important for the students to talk about what happened in school so that parents can get a better perspective so that they can help with the school homework or any challenges that the child is facing in their school. And it really helps in family learning plans, reading at home toolkits, and home routine mapping. And it helps in building the family confidence. This way, the child also feel confident with their family while sharing what's going on in school, whatever challenges and outcomes they have, whether it's about their winning or about their losing. Workshop 4 is about family as volunteers, as school partners. It is important that the families stay involved and looks different for every household. This workshop reduces barriers and expands the definition of volunteering beyond the school building. We talk about skill sharing circles where the parents can come and share about the skills they are, that the skills that they have that can help the school system as well as the other students, and helps in building the connection between the two students, and also like engagement, like having a play date, for example. Why it's so important? Because if the child has a good friend in school, it really helps them in their attendance as well, and also for them to have a better understanding and feel good about coming to school, and gives more confidence. And it helps in higher participation and strong school and family partnerships. Our fifth workshop is more focused on attendance, why attendance as a goal setting is important, and then the barriers that are there for the students not coming to school. Sometimes it's about the stress, anxiety. Sometimes it's about the dress that they're wearing. Sometimes it's about the issue they had in school about bullying or something going on, the challenges, or they are not able to understand the subject. So there are so many reasons that the absenteeism occurs. This is what we are focusing on in this workshop, number 5. And the outcome is to improve attendance and increase graduation readiness. Our workshop number 6 is about family leadership and advocacy. it's important for the parents to share their voice, what's going on in home, what's going on in school, and how they can share their voice in building a better school system where there is more clarity, better communication among the parent, the student, the teacher, the parent coordinators, and everyone involved. And we have the interactive activities such as like parent storytelling, school action planning, and leadership reflection. So our workshop is very customizable and we are flexible based on your needs. So our minimum is like a 45 minutes to 60 minutes, and each starts with a grounding, like a meditation, breathing exercise, and then we have about icebreaker so that the people around can connect with each other, like introduction, who you are, and then we come up on the core learning that we have on based on the workshop that we are doing on that given day. And the activity, each of the activities are hands-on and very interactive so that the people can open up, the student can open up with their with their parents and their families, and then they can share. And also like it at the end of this activity, we have like reflection and voice sharing about what they learn and how they feel after they are done with this workshop, and what was the outcome for them, how they feel different, and what they felt before and after they took this workshop. And also like any other questions and answers they have. And they have this interactive survey that we take always to make sure that what we are focusing on has been achieved, and if not, what we can do better. And we offer even after the workshop is done, people can reach out to us if they have any questions. So we have like you can say like a 24/7. They can reach out for any kind of questions they have. This is the workshop selection matrix where the school can look into the needs they have. And we have recommended the different workshops here based on the goals, like the attendance need or family engagement priorities. So like you see, we have here like positive school culture and equity, social and emotional safety, student achievement, literacy and learning at home, whether it's maths or reading, parent volunteer engagement, chronic absenteeism and attendance, and parent leadership and advocacy, and how each of the workshop aligns with those needs, and how it aligns with the Title I, the family engagement program, and how it is impacting the student and their families. So each workshop has its own impact that we shared here. What makes our workshop different? Our workshops are very high impact and low barrier. You don't need any kind of prior skill to come to attend our workshops, and it is designed for the families and the students together. And it is each of the workshop has mindfulness and SEL embedded, and has like a hands-on activity. And it is inclusive to all culture. Like I see that we are looking for like bilingual, like Mandarin. If those are the needs, we are there to fetch those needs as well, and creates a positive school experience that families remember. And it is adapted for across the school system, whether it's for middle school or the elementary school students. And how it is important for the families. After the workshop, the families leave with tools, confidence, and clarity, and not just information. It is very important to, after the workshop is done, how you're implementing it in your daily life is important. You're not just here to learn, but you're also here to learn and how to implement in your daily lives. And how it is impacting the school community. Through our workshop, you will find improve in attendance, and the school will find more of the family participation and better school experience, and better interaction between the parent, the teachers, the parent coordinator, and the educators, along with the students, feeling more happy, more contented. Why it is important for the district, how it is important. It helps in the literacy and the learning goals, SEL, the safety, equity and inclusion, parents' voice and leadership, attendance, why Om Sutra? So our workshop is being offered by certified team, like experienced professionals. And these are flexible and very sustainable in a way and aligns to title need of social emotional learning, where we focus on maths, we focus on English learning, literacy, and also like how these workshop can be implemented in day-to-day life and make things more better for the school community. How we can work together. So our workshop is not only like in person, we can do it virtual and hybrid based on the needs you have. And we look forward to partnering with the District 25 schools. These are our pricing structure here, which is very flexible based on your budget and your needs. So our single workshop is 825. If you're looking for 3 series, it's 2,400. And for full series, like workshops, like if you're looking for the more extended one, our workshop is like 4,650. And if you're looking for a bilingual support, we have an extra fee for that. And each of the workshop is aligned to your goals and customized to your needs. And we will make it flexible, whether you're looking for in-person, hybrid, or virtual, or bilingual support. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Let me know if you have any questions.
And I will share Joyce's contact information with everyone on this call. So everyone on this call are our parent leader within Title I. They have a voice in that 1% spending fund. So I know the deadline to submit the spending plan, it was December 23rd, but we're going to keep exploring new vendors to see if we come across any programs that you think might fit your school more. So we're going to keep inviting and exploring new vendors and new programs. And this is one of them that we came across, and Judy reached out, and I find her parent sessions very useful and aligned to our CEP goals. So that's why she's here today. So if anyone have any questions, please give Joyce a call or email her. All right, Joyce, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. for giving me this opportunity to present my company.
We appreciate your time for being here, and your program could benefit our Title I schools. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Let me know if you have any questions about the workshops and how we conduct. And
okay. Okay, thank you so much. And I do have a copy of all the modules programs in case any parents are interested. I can share that with them. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen again. And thank you again, Joyce. Let me share my screen. So here's Joyce's contact information. Again, everyone here have access to this PowerPoint that will be shared on the District 25's website. Let me go back a little bit because I want to introduce everyone, or Title I DPAC members again. We have Crystal Gonzalez Torres, she's here on this call, and we have Jamie Wong, who's also here on this call. But we do have a vacancy. Our DPAC secretary is vacant, so if anyone is interested, just raise your hand, say, hey, I'm interested in becoming a DPAC member. And your responsibility will be, preparing meeting notices, agendas, and sign-in sheets, and record the meeting minutes, and so on. So if anyone's interested, please let us know, okay? We will mention this every meeting that we have. I'm gonna go over the Safe for College NYC Kids Rise program. I'm just curious, have anyone activated this program? Anyone on this call have activated the Kids Rise Safe for College program? Please give me a hands up. Oh, Dorothy, thank you. Yay. Daphne, Jamie. Okay, we do have a few parents. So I'm glad that we're bringing this up because this is for your awareness. Let me remove my video. Okay, so what is the NYC Kids Rise Safe for College program? NYC Kids Rise is a nonprofit organization based in New York City that has partnered with the DOE schools and some charter schools who chooses to participate. The Safe for College program is a scholarship program, a saving program that helps families, schools, and communities with a way to save for college and career trainings together. So who's eligible? This school year, every kindergarten, first, second, third, and fourth grade students enroll in the NYC public schools, including charter schools who choose to participate, are eligible to participate in this program, regardless of your income or your immigration status. So to activate this account, you will need to provide some information. We do not ask for any personal, any sensitive information. All we need to know, all you need to give is your zip code, your child's date of birth, and your child's 9-digit OSIS number. That's what you need if you want to activate this account. So again, NYC Kids Rise will not ask for any personal, any information. This account is managed by NYC Kids Rise, so you do also not need to report it to IRS. The Save for College program was created to help families start saving and planning for college and career training from the very beginning of your child's journey. Every eligible child, which is K-4, they automatically receive an NYC scholarship account with $100. And if you choose not to participate, you can opt out. There's 2 ways to opt out. You can opt out via Nexa account, and you can opt out by filling out an opt-out form. Studies shows that children with even a small saving account of $100 to $500 are 3 times more likely to enroll in a college and 4 times more likely to graduate. This program is designed to help make that dream to a reality for your child. Let me go back again. I did forget something. So local businesses and organizations and community members can also add money to this account through something called community scholarships. If you choose to stay in this account, or if you choose to stay in this program, you will need to activate and view your child's NYC scholarship account and watch the money grow with your child. Activation only takes a few minutes. We call that building block 1, which is the first step. The first step is to activate it, so you will have access to watch the money grow. Again, all you need is to provide your zip code, OSIS number, your child's OSIS number, and the child's date of birth. As mentioned before, this account is owned and managed by NYC Kids Rise, so the funds are invested based on the U.S. stock market, and because it's managed by them, you will not be able to add additional money directly to this account. The money can only be used by your child when they graduate from high school and when they are college ready and training or any higher educational, it can go to any career trainings or any higher educational expenses. If you wish to save your own money alongside this account, there's a way to do it. You can open your own separate college saving account, for example, 529, that you own for your child when they're college ready. That's called Building Blocks 2, and you link it to this account. When you create your own and link it to this account, Save for College will give you additional $25 as a reward. So if you complete Building Block 1 by activating it, you will also receive a $25 reward. With this one, with Building Blocks 2, you will link those 2 accounts with each other, and then you will receive another $25 reward. So to receive all rewards, Building Block 1, 2, and 3, Building Block 3 is if you make your first deposit into the account, the saving account that you open, that you own, and that you manage, they will give you a additional $25 in reward. So, but Building Block 2 and 3 are optional. So you can take these steps when you are ready. So we know that $100 may not seem like a lot of money, but this can grow over time. With future collaborations with local businesses and organizations, it will grow even more. So here are some examples of what the money can be used to, like tuitions, fees, textbooks, any higher educational programs, or any vocational training, such as the culinary schools, massage therapy, beauty schools, and etc. Another important things that I want to mention is that NYC scholarship account will not affect if you are receiving any public benefits or financial aids. Again, this NYC Kids Rise account are managed and owned by Kids Rise, so you do not need to report it to IRS. And having this account will not affect your family's current or future public benefits or financial aid. So we want you to spread the word because we want all K to 4 parents to activate this account, to be aware and get access to the money. And I'm here to support you if you guys have any questions about this account. And you will also be, you can also reach out to your parent coordinator at the school level. They are also, trained and knows this information. Does anyone have any questions about NYC Kids Rise Same for College program? Okay. Let me share my screen again. Hold on. So to activate this account, you can go to their website, or you can just scan this QR code and it will bring you directly to the website where you can activate it. I'm here to support you if you have any questions, or you can call NYC Kids Rise directly. They do have a hotline. The phone number is listed on this website, and they have an email address as well, so you can email them. Let's circle back to the school spending plan for Title I. The deadline to submit it was December 23rd. It was extended for December 16th to December 23rd. And we hope if you haven't submitted the iPlan, the Title I set aside funding plan to iPlan portal, we kindly ask you to sit down with your school principal and have a discussion to fill out this spending plan and submit it to iPlan portal, because the deadline has passed and it needs to be signed by the principal and by the Title I chair. Does anyone have any questions about the 1% set aside plan?
I do actually, a little bit related.
Okay.
I don't know if
No
I'm
problem.
jumping ahead, but just wondering, I don't know if this is standard protocol
Mhm.
or school specific, but when we hire the vendors, how do we pay them? And is there like a protocol that we have, a strict rule that how we pay them? And also, is there like a requirement for DOE approved list? And then what do we do? Do we like ask for documentation or DOE number?
We have to make sure they are DOE vendor. They
Okay.
have a number, because when they have a number, the school secretary should be able to look them out through FAMAS, which is the system they use to pay those vendors. So
Okay.
we have to make sure they're the DOE vendors.
Okay. That helps. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let me pull up my screen again. I don't know what's going on. I'm frozen. My site is frozen. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I
Okay.
can see you, but
I'm frozen, so I can't
oh,
share my screen.
I can only see you at this point.
I don't want to close everything. Okay, I'm good again. Sorry.
It's
So
it's swirling or whatever that's called.
yeah, so
Yeah, I can see it now.
we still have the, the 2 pages, what Title I 1% spend aside, set aside plan can be used for and not used for. So that we discussed last month, and I still gonna add that to our PowerPoint. So in case you want to go in and see it, so it's still listed here. And again, that 1% set aside fund remember, is parent voice. So make sure you sit down with your school principal and decide on how that money can be spent on. It's not the principal's decision, it's the parent's decision. So make sure we know this. And this money has to be spent on something aligned with the CEP goals and include all the family, students, anything that can improve students' academic achievements gap. But parents have a voice on this 1% set aside, and you are the voice representing your Title I school. These are our Title I schools. If you are not listed here, please let me know and I'll add you. And this is our list for our vendors that we have been used. Some of our schools have been used. We're going to keep exploring new vendors and add them to the list so we can, I know the set aside fund has to be submitted, but most of our parent leaders on this call has 2 years terms. So if you are not able to use them, or this year, maybe we can give them a call next year to see how, what programs they offer you for your school and that fits your school's needs. Upcoming meetings. Next DPAC meeting will be January 28th. Again, we have 2 meetings this month because we didn't have one in December. President's Council meetings are also held monthly. The next one will be January 26th, and that's where all our PAPT parent leaders join and get the most up-to-date information. And the CEC meetings is in person at Linden Place, but there's a hybrid link where all parents and community can listen into. They take place here at Linden Place on every these Wednesdays at 7 p.m. And then that's just our next meeting date. I'm gonna stop sharing. Does anyone have any questions before we vote on adjourning this meeting? Any Title I concerns? Okay. Thank you.
I
No
had a quick question. Sorry.
Yes, Wendy, I'm here.
What happens if we can't host a meeting the month? Like, I'm trying to reschedule it, but what happens if we can't host it when we would usually be able to host a meeting?
So Title I schools, if you are on the PAC, you are required to hold 9 meetings a school year. So for example, we are also entitled to hold 9 meetings in the school year because we couldn't do one in December. I choose to have one, me and the DPAC members choose to have 2 in January. So we are required to have 9 meetings in the school year from October to June.
So essentially, I would be able to do the same thing, like to make up the meeting. I could host 2 in 1 month.
Yes, but make sure when you send out the notices to your school community, it needs 10 days, in advance to notify everyone.
Okay, great.
So when you plan something, just make sure that you have 10 days to send out that notice before the meeting takes place.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Wendy. Anyone else? Everyone have the camera off, so it's just weird for me to talk to a screen. Thank you, Angela. Like me looking at the pictures, I don't even know where to look.
Sorry, I'm multitasking, but I'm listening and watching.
I'm not used to all cameras are off because I don't know where to look. I'm looking at Lewis's picture. I know it's a AI picture. It's not him. It's an AI picture. I know that for sure. Right, Lewis? Please confirm you use AI to generate your beautiful profile. It is now 6:21.
It's good to see everyone's face, though.
I know, because I was like talking. I don't know where to look. That was a little bit like, I don't know, something I need to get used to. But thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for turning on your camera so I can see and get familiar with everyone's faces. Areti, I'm here for your call in a bit. Yeah, she has some concerns about Title I, so I'll wait for Areti when the meeting is adjourned. Can we get a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Yay, thank you. Thank you so much. And I'll see you all on January 28th. Please call me if you have any. Good night.
Great
Please
night.
call me. Please do not hesitate. Call me if you have any Title I concern.